Chiefs Kingdom. Stop scrolling right now. Arrowhead just erupted with breaking news, and one single number is already on the table. 2. ESPN's official quarterback rankings just knocked Patrick Mahomes out of the #1 spot for the first time in 3 years, but an anonymous NFL coach dropped a bombshell reality check that has the entire league shaking. Insiders warned us that critics were prematurely writing off Kansas City, and here is your first payoff. While analysts put Josh Allen at #1, rival coaches admit Mahomes still instills an unmatched level of terror in opposing defensive meeting rooms. If you bleed red and gold and know number 15 is about to reclaim his throne, smash like and subscribe right now. We start with the disrespect and the massive medical update that changes everything. Stay locked, there is a double cliffhanger at the end. Whispers turned into footsteps, and national rankings just delivered a slap in the face to Chiefs Kingdom. For 3 straight years, Patrick Mahomes stood unchallenged as the undisputed gold standard of NFL quarterbacks. But ESPN's latest survey of league executives, coaches, and scouts officially demoted him to #2 behind Buffalo's Josh Allen. Think about that for a second. The man who became the fastest quarterback in NFL history to hit 30,000 passing yards and 300 touchdown passes, while amassing a staggering 77 wins in his first 100 starts, is suddenly being treated as second best. But before rival fans start celebrating, an anonymous NFL quarterbacks coach stepped forward to tell the absolute truth, stating that Mahomes still puts a level of fear in opponents like no other player in football and gives Kansas City a chance to win literally every single game he plays. The respect for his 3 Super Bowl rings and 2 MVP awards remains unmatched across front offices, but the national media seems obsessed with shiny new regular season numbers. What the critics conveniently ignore is that Mahomes is coming off a mid-December torn ACL and LCL, and Sports Illustrated insider Albert Breer just confirmed that Kansas City expects Mahomes to be fully cleared by team doctors this very week. The coaching staff is taking a strategic, long-term approach to his rehabilitation, prioritizing total knee stability from September through February, rather than rushing him into meaningless July reps. Do you think placing Josh Allen over Patrick Mahomes is an absolute joke? Let me know in the comments below. Every analyst jumping on the bandwagon seems to forget that Mahomes elevated this franchise to legendary status precisely when doubts were highest. When you look at his playoff track record, those regular season rank lists mean absolutely nothing once January weather hits Arrowhead Stadium. The front office knows that having a fully healthy, highly motivated Mahomes under center completely alters the landscape of the AFC West, making every defensive coordinator in the division lose sleep over how to stop his off-script brilliance. His recovery timeline has progressed faster than expected due to immediate post-injury surgery, allowing him to focus on strengthening his footwork and core stability during the entire spring workout program. The media wants a fresh king, but they are forgetting that a focused Mahomes with a chip on his shoulder is the most dangerous entity in modern sports history. Inside the facility, players are using this exact ranking as fuel for every single training camp session. What makes this disrespect even crazier is how analysts are completely downplaying the tactical adjustments Andy Reid makes every single summer to maximize his quarterback's strengths. Reid has spent his entire coaching career taking rosters with clear question marks and orchestrating schemes that mask every single weakness, ensuring that when Mahomes steps back onto the field, the playbook will be cleaner and more explosive than ever before. If you believe number 15 is going to make every analyst eat their words, hit that like button right now and show the league how loud Kansas City can get. But as massive as this quarterback update is, Brett Veach just finalized a 7-figure defensive line transaction that gives Kansas City an underrated game-changing weapon in the trenches. Scouts called it calculated violence, and the front office loved the price tag when they brought him in. The question was never if he had the power, but how fast he could transform the defensive front. The name, Khyiris Tonga, and his projected impact on Steve Spagnuolo's defense cannot be overstated. Brett Veach quietly handed the massive defensive tackle a 3-year, $21 million contract after a career-defining season with the New England Patriots, marking what could be the most brilliant offseason move in the entire league. For years, Chris Jones has anchored the interior line with elite pass-rushing dominance. But Father Time and constant double teams began taking a physical toll. Rotating players like Derek Noddy, Mike Pennell, and Jerry Tillery failed to provide consistent relief, leading the Chiefs to let Tillery and Noddy leave for Indianapolis without hesitation. Enter Tonga, a 6'2", 300-plus-pound mountain of a man who excels at eating double teams and plugging run gaps. Pro Football Focus graded Tonga 13th among 134 interior linemen in pass rush efficiency with a 75.6 rating, proving he is far more than just a run-stuffing wall. By taking on multiple blockers, Tonga will single-handedly open clean rushing lanes for Chris Jones and create one-on-one edge matchups for George Karlaftis, who is desperate to bounce back after a quiet campaign. While rookie secondary additions like Mansour Delane draw all the national headlines, insiders know that Tonga is the dirty work anchor who will allow Spagnuolo's blitz schemes to thrive. Do you think signing Tonga for $21 million is the best sneaky move of the summer? Drop your take below. His presence fundamentally changes how the Chiefs handle physical power-running offenses in the postseason, giving the front seven the exact muscle needed to control the line of scrimmage without having to drop extra safety help into the box. What makes this battle in the trenches so fascinating is how Spagnuolo plans to utilize Tonga in heavy front alignments alongside young talent like Omar Normanlot, who is returning from a promising rookie year cut short by injury. Tonga brings a rare combination of lower body explosive power and precise hand placement at the point of attack, making him a nightmare for opposing interior offensive guards. During early team meetings, coaching assistants highlighted how Tonga's ability to hold ground prevents linebackers from getting washed out in zone blocking schemes. The defensive staff knows that winning in January requires a nose tackle who willingly sacrifices personal statistics to clear paths for pass rushers. Having a primary space eater like Tonga lining up directly over the center gives Kansas City incredible defensive flexibility, forcing opposing offensive coordinators to completely rewrite their inside running game concepts. The development trajectory of veteran interior defenders under Spagnuolo is proven, and team sources report that Tonga has spent the entire spring mastering the playbook's complex stunt calls. In Spagnuolo's defensive philosophy, interior tackles aren't just pluggers, they are the primary engines that dictate coverage structure. Tonga's relentless motor and ability to push the pocket from the inside mean quarterbacks won't be able to step up when Karlaftis and Jones collapse the edges. Having a battle-tested veteran step into a full-time starting role stabilizes a defensive line that desperately needed anchor strength, injecting brute force into a front seven ready to punish physical opponents. But while Tonga secures the trenches, an explosive wide receiver trade target just surfaced that could give Mahomes his ultimate perimeter deep threat. A move 3 months in the making just hit a massive green light. Sources say the wide receiver board was updated this morning, and the identity everyone is asking about? KAYSHON Boutte and Bleacher Report just revealed a valuation that should have Chiefs fans salivating. Kansas City is set to begin training camp in St. Joseph, Missouri, with major lingering questions across the receiving corps. While the front office hopes Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy step up as primary targets alongside an improved run game led by Kenneth Walker III, relying purely on best-case scenarios is a dangerous game. That is where New England Patriots pass catcher KAYSHON Boutte becomes the absolute perfect trade solution. Bleacher Report analyst Mo Moten linked Boutte as an available trade asset that could be acquired for a single fifth-round draft pick. Despite being crowded out in New England following their acquisitions of A.J. Brown and Romeo Doubs, Boutte averaged 16.7 yards per catch last season, proving to be an elite deep threat and chain mover. Over the past 2 seasons, the 24-year-old LSU product has posted 1,140 receiving yards, 9 touchdowns, and 52 first-down grabs on 76 catches. Entering the final year of his rookie contract with a remarkably affordable base salary cap hit of $3.67 million, Kansas City has the exact financial room needed to execute the trade today. Rumor has it that Brett Veach is closely monitoring receiver markets to ensure Mahomes doesn't enter 2026 with unproven depth, and flipping a 5th-round pick for a 24-year-old big play threat is an absolute no-brainer. Do you think the Chiefs should trade a 5th-round pick for KAYSHON Boutte right now? Leave your answer in the comments and smash subscribe to get breaking trade updates the second they happen. The financial feasibility of this potential transaction makes it one of the most attractive options on Brett Veach's radar. By acquiring a receiver on an expiring rookie deal, the Chiefs maintain maximum salary cap flexibility for future extensions while immediately upgrading their perimeter depth. Head coach Andy Reid holds immense influence over receiver evaluations, and his affinity for versatile route runners who can win isolated matchups on 3rd down aligns perfectly with Boutte's college and pro tape. Boutte has already demonstrated an exceptional ability to adjust to high-velocity throws in traffic, making him an ideal match for Mahomes' unscripted playmaking style. While younger options like Jalen Royals and Cyrus Allen continue to fight for roster spots, relying on late-round rookies during a championship run carries immense risk. Boutte's technical refinement against press-man coverage gives him an immediate edge over unproven depth players, ensuring that if injuries hit the starting rotation, the offense won't lose its vertical explosiveness. What makes this potential trade even more compelling is how seamlessly Boutte's skill set fits into Kansas City's offensive concepts. Carrying a deep threat receiver who can consistently win isolated boundary routes forces safety coverage to stay deep, opening massive windows over the middle for Travis Kelce and Rashee Rice. If defensive backs play off coverage to respect Boutte's raw speed, Andy Reid can immediately exploit those cushions with quick screen passes and perimeter run concepts using Kenneth Walker III. Insiders emphasize that the front office can easily create additional cap space through contract adjustments with Creed Humphrey or roster moves involving Christian Fulton if extra cushion is required. If New England makes Boutte officially available during early camp, Veach will not hesitate to pull the trigger and provide Mahomes with another proven target before preseason games begin. Kansas City simply cannot afford to enter the season with thin depth at wideout when a fifth-round pick can land a proven playmaker. Leave your take in the comments below and hit subscribe to make sure you never miss a breaking update from Arrowhead. 3 headlines, 1 clear picture. National media outlets are trying to crown new kings, but the Kansas City Chiefs are building an absolute monster designed to dominate the NFL once again. The national disrespect surrounding Patrick Mahomes' quarterback ranking is instant motivation for a star who is officially cleared to participate in training camp practices this week. Meanwhile, Brett Veach has reinforced the interior defense with a powerhouse in Khyiris Tonga, ensuring Chris Jones and George Karlaftis have the clean lanes required to wreck opposing game plans. Add in the high probability of a blockbuster trade for an explosive receiver like KAYSHON Boutte, and this roster is shaping up to be deeper, tougher, and far more lethal than any national analyst cares to admit. Rival teams in the AFC West think the window is opening, but they are forgetting one fundamental truth. As long as Andy Reid, Steve Spagnuolo, and a healthy Patrick Mahomes are leading this team, the path to the Super Bowl runs directly through Missouri. The motivation is real, the roster upgrades are strategic, and the rest of the league is walking straight into a trap. Here is what I need from Chiefs Kingdom right now. 1. Smash that like button if you know Patrick Mahomes is still the undisputed #1 quarterback in world football. 2. Comment Chiefs to the top down below to show every rival fan where your loyalty stands. 3. Hit subscribe immediately because every new subscriber makes Bills and Patriots fans furious about what is coming this season, but keep your eyes locked right here because the edge of the cliff is approaching fast. First, reports out of Foxborough indicate New England is actively entertaining trade calls for another defensive star that Kansas City has been quietly evaluating. And second, a rival AFC West contender just suffered a major injury to their starting offensive line during early conditioning drills, completely altering the division race before pads even go on. Which domino falls first in the AFC? That bombshell drops in the next video. Stay locked, Chiefs Kingdom. The storm is here.